Good morning, everyone. Today's another day of 30 Days of Sketches with Christy's Beautiful Life, and we're on day 16. I'm also going to be doing Through the Rainbow Challenge, which is theme. So this is going to be perfect for this day 16 because I'm using Christmas paper, so it's just automatically a theme. And the sketch today is by me. And here's what I have for my sketch. I have journaling cards. Well, actually, I use a whole sheet of journaling cards. And then I put two here, one here, and then one down here. And again, I'll have the sketch up there because I know I did it in pencil. But this is my favorite way to use up a journaling cards, because I gotta tell you, so many times I get to the end of my whole kit and I have the journaling cards all left. Well, today we're gonna put an end to that. And I've done this a few times, and I will put the link below because I have a whole thing where I use journaling cards. I have used them in other ways, but this is one of my favorite ways, and I love how it looks on the end, at the end. So, and I'm also going to be using, well, a half of a 6x4 too, that I showed you these when I was getting the kits together, or the papers together. So it's by Lori Whitlock, I Love Christmas, Echo Park. And the first thing that we're gonna do for our page today is make the big piece that's going to go here, because I have, and I don't know if I showed you that, I actually used the sketch that I used for a couple other ones, but this one in particular it's called Best Witches, and I did Skylar's photo, and anyhow I used a 6x4 here, so that kind of helps break up the whole monotony of everything looking, you know, like 3x4s, I guess. So I've got a piece of paper that's just a little smaller than a 6x4, so I'm going to kind of use that to build on. And I just thought this was cute, so I'm just going to kind of show it beforehand. So I'm going to build a crate. So I am using, oh, I forgot my little thing. Okay, since I had to go get my little ink thing, I did them all but two. And I cut these, I cut the width of it, and then I just divided it. So the one in the center is going to be wider than all the rest. And I'm using Craft Consortium Woodgrain Papers. And it's like it's this on one side. Well, I can show you a big piece, but this side has knots in it, so I figured that's what a crate would probably be made out of, pine. And so I thought those knotty woods would be the best ones to use. And so I have 5 longer wide strips, and then I have 2 smaller ones going the other way. And so I'm just finishing up the last one here, and I am using, for the color of wood, I'm using walnut stain. It looks like it will look like it's divided well. And let's see, I think, is this the widest one? I think that one looks like the widest one. And yeah, these are all the same. So I figured if I start with a paper that's just a little bit smaller, and maybe since the ink is still kind of wet, maybe I'll move my main paper. Okay, so I'm going to just put a couple of strips here. I'm going to save that one for the middle. So I'm going to just kind of, I'm just kind of starting on one side. And since I made that a little bit smaller, I figure if I just kind of shoot for the edge here. And I just want them to look like they're lined up, but I wanted to ink the edges because I want you to be able to see that it's planks of wood. Okay, and now I'm putting the middle one in because it's wider. Because it was easier just to cut 3x4s and then leave the last one whatever size it was. Because, you know, it's a crate. It doesn't have to be perfect. I'm not building a table. So this is the last one. Oh, and I'm determined to not have any tape there. Okay. Okay. So then, now I'm going to stamp on this before I put it on there. And I have these two, and I chose to use this one because this one has so much lines. I figured it would be easier to use this one. Oh, and I should have stamped this before I put on, I guess I can put it on here because I just kind of want to make sure. It's like, to me, it's like it's really hard to do this. I don't know if anybody has done this a lot. They might be better at it than me. But I'm going to write this side up, or stamp this side up. There's T. H, and I'm just trying to guess where I'm at to be next to it because I think it's hard to tell. But, you know, it's a crate. It doesn't have to be perfect, like I said. Oh, and I did stamp off there a little bit to the side. This end up. I keep saying side, but it's end. I had to make sure that I had an N and not a U because there's a shadow. I had to make sure the shadow was in the right spot. So this end, now I need up. And I think I'm going to color this in. Okay, this end up. Okay, and I'm just going to use my Paper Studio markers. Kind of get one of the wider ones. This one's the 5. I didn't have a solid one that was wide like this. I did have a solid one, but I thought this one looked the most like what I was going for. And I think this is going to take a minute, so I'm going to pause it and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Oh, and I wanted to tell you the stamp I'm using are from Hampton Art, and they are like an outline. I think you can see that good. So those are the stamps I used today, and I got them like for $1, I think, at Walmart. Okay, so now I have this end up, and I'm going to put the crosswood on my crate. And then over here too. Oh, I'm kind of covering up my knots. Man, that was bad planning. Okay, so I've got that there. Okay, and then I'm going to put Fragile on it. Now, I did not have, this was the closest to the letters as I could get. So, and I'll probably have to glue these because I don't think they stuck to anything very well. So I'm going to have to make my R from a B. Oh, and maybe I'll get glue out of here. There we go. Okay, and I'm going to put it sideways like this. Okay, now this is one I need to cut. Oh, I wish I had my favorite scissors out here. Okay, I have lost a letter there. My glue is always sending kisses. Okay, let's see. Yeah, that looks pretty close to an R. I'm gonna cut it just a little bit more, kind of maybe at an angle. I'm gonna call it close enough. I think it will look fine. It'll just look like when I stenciled it on, you know, because usually when it's written on there, I think they just lay a stencil over it and spray it. It'll just look like I had a little stencil trouble. And if I'm taking too long, just move ahead a little. So I'm just working at getting it at an angle. And I think these letters look just perfect for when you see this stamped on something. So I thought it was perfect for it. Because that was like the only stickers I had. And these are almost like they're beaded. But they're a really nice black. You know, sometimes you got just the right shade. And this looks like that color that I was looking for. And it's definitely the font I was looking for. Even though I didn't have an R, I just thought I am just going to go with that B and just make it work. You know, we all become MacGyver experts scrapbooking with not enough letters. Ah! No! I think I do have another E if all else fails. But my letter just totally collapsed. Can you believe that? Can I glue that together? I'm just going to stay here just in case somebody else goes through this. Okay. Otherwise, I'll just have to go get more. So like the little end, I'm going to have to go get the other E. I know there's another E in there, which is a miracle because you know how they're short U E's. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, I have to say, these are maybe the worst letters for falling apart, but they're also the best letters. Look there's 3 E's. And so I've already used one. Who knows how many there were to begin with, because it's like I've already used a lot of these letters. And you know how you never get enough E's, so I'm like just amazed that there was still three E's left. That's a miracle. Okay. So I just had to say that. Wow, I was just so surprised. I figured there was one left, you know. Okay, there's my fragile. Okay, so now I'm done with my inks. So I used black soot for that and the walnut stain for the wood. And I don't know if I'm needing the glue, but I'll just leave it open. Okay, where's my paper? Okay, so I'm back to this. And this is going to go right here. So I'm just going to go ahead and tape that down. And I will have to, you know, I only got a little bit of tape underneath there, so I will glue that down later. And, you know, this one, it's got a lot of words on it, and I'm just going to add more words. It's going to be the wordiest layout I ever did. Okay, and I'm using some green from here, but I'm not sure which one. Okay, so now I got to flip everything over because they're in the opposite way. This is going to be called A Christmas Story. And I printed out the Christmas Story. They had several different ones, and there must be a new one coming out because I seen a picture with different people. But this is the other one that had these people, but I'm going with this one because you can see Ralphie really well. And sometimes my daughter, the mother of the twins, sometimes when Aiden had on certain glasses, she goes, "Doesn't he look just like Ralphie?" She really didn't sound like that. But she'll say, "Doesn't he look like Ralphie?" And I'm like, yeah, kinda. So, and Ralphie's adorable. I mean, gotta say that. He is adorable. Okay, so that's gonna go up there. And then I have Aiden, and I have 5 pictures of him looking at the leg lamp. And it's so funny because I'm sure she pushed him over there like, "Go look at that," just to get this picture. I mean, that's just what I'm picturing. So here you can't really see his face. Here you can kind of see his face, or you know, the side of his face pretty good. Okay, so I'm gonna put those 2 pictures up at the top. I'm kind of putting them in the sequence which I think that they were taken. So I'm covering up this, I've covered up the first 2 cards. Now this is super cute. I almost thought about just cutting that out and saving it, and then, you know, just backing it with, or just, you know, having the whole thing just taped onto a white cardstock. But I thought, that's all right, I'm just gonna, I just need to give it up every now and then. Okay, so now I've got 2 of my pictures there. And then I'm gonna put Santa here. And again, I had cut out a piece of, I used a stripe there. I was gonna use one of these other 4x6s and put it here, but then I got the reds right next to each other. And I laid Santa Claus on here and he looked fine. I mean, you can't hardly tell the snowman's behind him. It just looks like he's standing there in the snow. So I just decided to go with that. Okay, and then in Santa Claus's hand, I'm gonna put, "You'll shoot your eye out, kid." Because that's what my daughter, she's like, "Oh, that's what you need to call it." And it's like, no, it's all about the lamp. It's all about the grand prize. And, or no, it was called, I think he called it the Grand Award or something. So I'm gonna put this sign like Santa Claus is holding it. So it's gonna be right here. And I just printed this out on the computer. Okay, and then we have Ralphie again, I mean Aiden again. And I'm gonna put him right next to the crate. And as you see the pictures, I mean you could just get to see a little more of his head. And you can see, I think, my daughter standing here. Or it could have been one of the cousins. I'm not sure. So this is gonna, whoops, I think I'm gonna just move it up because it looks kind of like my photo is maybe a little bigger than I thought. So I'm just gonna line it up with the actual card, okay? And so then I've got these, this one's altered, this one's all, well, these ones are all altered. This one I'm gonna leave like it is. I just love it. It brings my red from here to here. Get a little bit of red on Santa, and we still have the red here so far. And I'm gonna leave that there too. And then we got Aiden, where you can see him. You can see that his cheek is puffed up. You can just tell that he's got this big grin on his face. And I said, "Has he seen the movie?" And he said, "Yeah." She said, "Just once." But I think, you know, he must have got it that, oh my gosh, it's just like in the movie. Okay, so it looks like I'm gonna have to, you know, sometimes it's like your picture is not the same size as the card, so I'm just gonna kind of try to get it even with the bottom of this so I don't have to cut it. Okay, I guess the picture is just right size. And then I'm leaving this here, and I put, here's when they plugged in the lamp. I went and looked this up because I remember the dad sees this and he says, "Fragile." it must be Italian. So I almost just wanted to call it that. But, and then it's like, you know, he plugs it in, you know, because this is about Ralphie plus the leg. So, oh, and this is a Creative Memories punch, and I'll show you the end it makes here in a minute. You kind of see that little end. So, Ralphie, when his dad plugs it in, he says, "A quick whiff of ozone, and the lamp blazed forth in unparalleled glory." So I just thought that was so hilarious that I just have to have that on the page. I love it. And so I'm gonna put that down in the journaling thing, because I don't think there's, I mean, if there's something that she says I should have journaled on here, but she never gave me any clues that, you know, just that she definitely took his picture in front of it because she thought he looked like Ralphie. So I'm putting that right over this journaling because I figured I wouldn't be able to make it look as good as what that does, and I wanted to say all that. So I'm just trying to leave as much of that green pattern there as what I can. Okay, and it looks like it's all showing. And then I've already got Santa Claus up there, so I don't need Santa Claus down here. And we've got Aiden here walking away. He's got a little grin on his face, and he just looks like he's thinking about it. I mean, it's so funny. So that's my last picture. I just love this. I was really excited about getting to do this. And I've already seen some people have done some of their things and have posted them on the Facebook group. And it's just fun to look, because I just really did this. I mean, I could have done, you know, something else. I'm sure I could have thought of something else. But I thought, you know what? If people are like me, they don't use these. And this is one way to use a whole sheet of them all at once. And I used, you know, a piece of one of the 4x6s. So, and I was normally gonna put a 4x6 here, but this looked just, I wanted to make the crate that the leg came in, because I just thought that is so cute. And, you know, I really was thinking about calling it, it must be Italian. But, so I think that is perfect. I'm going with that. And now I'm trying to use some of these other embellishments. I have this tree that I would maybe like to put it next to Santa. Or maybe I could just put it down in here. Or maybe here, because this looks like it could use a little decoration. I think I'm gonna put it down there, even though it's red. I mean, even though it's green and green, even though it's red. Because I like embellishing, you know, the little cards that aren't the photos. And I've got the little Santa, so I could put that on Santa's workshop. I'm going to put this right at the top, so it looks like this is Santa's logo to his, with the sign. So that's cute. And can I use anything else on here? Oh, since this is the North Pole Reindeer Training Camp, it would be good to have Jingle Bell on there. So I'll put that, because I'm just trying to find other embellishments. Okay, so I would like something red on here. And so, let's see, maybe, here's a bell. So maybe I could put that right in the center. And then maybe, I mean, I wish I would have had paper that had the leg lamp. I don't know if they make that, but maybe just that. No, that one's too even with that. I want it somewhere else. Okay, I like that. Okay, I think I'm gonna go with that. I don't know if I want to add any more embellishments. I'm going to add, I think, these sparkly greens because they look good in color like that. Okay, so I just got to decide where I'm putting them. Maybe a couple by Santa. I'll put a big one and a small. And maybe I'll do the same down here, so I'm kind of bringing the color from one end to the other. Let's see, maybe one up here. Yeah, I like that. Okay, and maybe, I kind of want a little something over here. Okay, maybe I'll do one of these. I still want another green over here. Just seems like it needs it. And maybe I'll put this in Santa's hat so it sparkles. And then I have these. Now, since I put the green there, maybe I could put a red, one of these. Okay, I think it looks dressed up enough. I really don't want to do too much I thought about putting something on here, but I love the crate. And if I end up writing something else, I'll probably put it there, but I'm thinking that unless she tells me something really awesome, I'm gonna just figure this is done. I think it tells a story all by itself, just with the photos. So that's it for today, and so this is day 16, and also the rainbow theme, which is any theme paper, or the rainbow through the rainbow. It's usually a color, but this time they did theme, so I'm doing it as Christmas. And that's it for today, and I will put my list of doing other pages similar to this one, because I don't think I'm the only one who gets to the end of their kit and only has this left. So actually, this kit, did I get it from Echo Park? I think this is the only page I've actually used first, so that's a miracle. So thank you for joining me. I will have close-ups at the end. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you tomorrow when we're on day 17. Yay! Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.